Alright, there's something spicy going on today. In the province of Alberta, in the country of Canada, the school board has banned over 200 books. So, in a move that Alberta's Premier Daniel Smith is calling vicious compliance, the Edmonton Public School Board has banned more than 200 books, including novels like The Handmaidens Tale. This is just from all public schools. And as nobody can say it better than the person themselves, here is Alberta's premier on that very topic.
Look, I think I'm going to have to show the screen here because people aren't kind of getting what it is we're trying to do here. We are trying to take graphic pornographic images out of elementary schools so that kids are not exposed to age-inappropriate material. I don't know how much more clear we could be that what we are aiming to, this all began because these were the images that parents were showing us that were accessible to children in elementary school libraries. And so we asked school boards to use their discretion to identify books that might not be age appropriate for elementary school children. And then and Edmonton Public is clearly doing a little vicious compliance over what the direction is. And so if they need us to hold their hand through the process to identify what kind of materials are appropriate for senior high school students, what kind of materials are appropriate for junior high school students, and what kind of materials are appropriate for elementary school students, we will more than happily work with them to work through their list one by one so we can be super clear about what it is we're trying to do. We are trying to take sexually explicit content out of elementary schools that is inappropriate for me to show on the television news at night, and so it is inappropriate for 7-year-olds to see. That's what our objective is.
So basically what Premier Smith is saying is they left it up to the school boards to determine what is age appropriate to have in their libraries, which I think is quite fair because all of them should have a basic understanding of human brain development, especially for the age groups of the children that they're working with. And that means that they have a basic understanding of the things like the 8 stages of psychosocial development. So they understand why children should not be exposed to things like sexually explicit materials and why there's a difference in between what a kindergarten child should be exposed to and what a nearly adult can be exposed to. All right, now I want to be pretty clear that this is not the teachers and the office workers and the frontline staff who are doing this. They're just following orders. This is the people up top. This is the school board. And I think that's pretty clear when you look at the cause and effect of this, because the school board is the most detached from your children when it comes to the day-to-day educational goals of the school. They just determine choices like what books go in there. But they still have all of that knowledge. So basically, when I see this, I wonder, what are they trying to gain? Because it's not to help kids, because these aren't even the books that were originally discussed, and it was discussed for elementary kids. So when it comes to the school boards, what are you trying to gain by doing this? Because the people who you're harming by performing these kind of actions are children. And you're painting a picture that is false by doing it. So why? Anyway, if you like this video, give me a like, give me a follow, give me a subscribe, all that fancy stuff. I think this is all silly. It really shouldn't be going on. Yeah, this is what happens when common sense does not prevail. You have educators taking really weird over measures. Anyway, peace.